Now, one of the most important things for any 3D modeling program is how to navigate that 3D space. Now, personally, I use a 3-button mouse. That means that the scroll wheel is clickable, but I want to show you how to do it without a scroll wheel, with a scroll wheel, and manually. So first, let's start with manually. This right here is the gizmo, the 3D gizmo. Click and drag on it, and that lets you rotate around. The little zoom icon here, click and drag, and that lets you zoom in and out. The little hand, click and drag, that lets you pan around. And this button right here, by the way, puts you in from perspective view that you're in right now to orthographic view. And you can also press numpad 5 to go out of that. So now, how about we do that with a 3-button mouse? Hold down the middle mouse button, that lets you rotate around. And remember, whatever you have selected is what we're rotating around because we set that up in the quality of life changes. Hold down Shift and the middle mouse button, and that's going to let you pan around. Hold down Control and the middle mouse button, and that's going to dolly you in and out. Another way is to zoom in and out, and that's by using the scroll wheel as well, but that is going to have its limitations when you're going into extreme close details. All right, what if you don't have a 3-button mouse? What if you're working on a train on your laptop, for instance? Well, to do that, go over to Edit, then Preferences, and here on Input, you're going to find Emulate 3-button mouse. If I leave my mouse over here, it says Alt and left click, and that's exactly it. So we'll turn that on. We're going to go Alt, left click, and that lets me rotate around. Alt, Shift, left click, lets me pan around. Alt, Control, left click, lets me zoom in and out. Now, personally, I don't use that, so I'm going to go and turn that back off. So I'm going to go over to my Preferences, Input, and turn that back off. But what if you have yourself completely lost and you have no idea where you are? How can you home yourself? Exactly that way. Press the Home button on your keyboard, and that's going to home you. Now, what other things are there? There are surely more things for this view thing. There is so many other things for the view. In fact, there's an entire menu for it. Click here and you're going to find a whole bunch of settings. So there's the viewport right here, whole bunch of numpad settings here for the top view, side view, and all the rest. Navigations, here there's other ones. And here as well, there's a line view. And one that I want to point out here is this center cursor and frame all. So let's go and do this center cursor and frame all. So I'll move all the way here somewhere. Did you see that shortcut, by the way? It's View, right here, Shift C. So Shift C, center cursor and frame all. But hold on, this is my cursor, no? No, in the 3D space, this little thing here, that is the 3D cursor. And we'll get to talk about that a little bit later on. Now, there is one other thing that I want to show you, which is if you are completely lost and you have something selected and you want to view just that one thing that's selected, it's not really going to come across right now. But for instance, when you're editing the mesh and you just want to see that one thing, press numpad period, and that's going to take you to your selected thing. Now, if you don't have a numpad, the other way is using backtick. So backtick will bring up this view menu, and right here, view selected is going to take you there. And this is another cool way of taking you to different views if you don't have a numpad.